and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue King's Quest 6, Heir today, gone tomorrow. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, in our previous episode we went through the labyrinth, not the catacombs, defeated the Minotaur, saved Celeste, got barely a thank you from the Winged Ones who think they're so much better than we are. Even though they're not really that bright. And then we broke the spell of the beast and gave Beauty the chance to live a happy life with the now made human again beast. And they're living happily, hopefully, at their castle together. Alright, so let's move on with our lives and go to... Okay, we got the Heir. Let's go ahead and go to the Isle of the Druids, or Isle of the Mists. Get this next longish cutscene over with for some very important information about how to go to the land of the dead and confront the Lord of the Dead.
Great gods, did you see that? The man just appeared from nowhere.
Yes, I did. Hello.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here. Grab him!
Wait, I can explain, I promise.
Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I think not. Let's go.
Sorry, Alexander. You know how folks are around here. Oh, this is escalating quickly.
Before him. Robed figures are gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place. But as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
Yeah, scenes from The Wicker Man come to mind.
Beach, Archdruid.
Uh-oh. Archdruid. Now what has Alexander wandered into?
This must be the foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come during our rain festival. Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Hey,
Wait!
now.
I must rescue the princess.
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save
Raving like a
others
madman.
must first save himself.
I don't think you're winning any points, Alexander.
Into the confining wicker cage.
Better think fast. That's a big fire.
And the cage is swung out over the bonfire.
And the guys standing with a rope aren't really too far away themselves.
Alexander starts to feel a little warm.
A little warm. His feet would be boiling by now. Melting.
The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot. This cage is really hot. Fire in the cage.
Uh-oh.
Alexander pulls out Beauty's old slave clothes, desperate to beat out the flames. The flame is extinguished, but the clothes themselves burn to cinders. Alexander won't be able to keep the cage from igniting for long. The heat and movement must have jarred something.
Something's boiling.
Something that Alexander's carrying is starting to jiggle around. Egad, something's really percolating.
What could it be?
The water in Alexander's lamp is hot. It's just about boiling.
Oh, hey.
Alexander feels a drop. It starts to rain.
Saved by the rain. How about that? Alrighty.
That man is a powerful nature wizard. By the sacred oak, let him down.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I must apologize for our rude welcoming committee. We've been feeling inhospitable ever since the Winged Ones stole our sacred miniature oak
More
tree.
stolen relics.
Besides, Wazir Al-Hazred sent a message that we were to watch out for a highly dangerous foreign assassin. I assume you are the one he meant.
I'm sure I'm precisely who he meant. I assure you, I mean to harm no one, unless that person threatens the princess. I'm sorry to have disrupted your ceremony, but I'm running out of time.
What is it that you seek?
The oracle on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain told me I should speak to you about the realm of the dead. She told me of two souls in unrest there that I might be able to free.
Free souls in the realm of the dead? You're mad.
A little
The
bit.
souls
Love
might be
makes
able
you
to help
crazy.
me on my mission to save the princess. It's imperative that I do everything I can. The risks are not important.
No. And yet getting yourself killed will hardly help the princess.
Got a point.
But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it that it is the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save his own life or the life of another already past. But the knowledge of how to do this was lost centuries ago. I have only heard of one who tried it. A young knight who came to the land of the Green Isles from a distant land long ago. According to the story, he was determined to challenge the Lord of the Dead for the soul of his dead lover. It is said that he tamed the Lord of the Dead's horse, a black-winged, demon-hearted beast named Nightmare. Nightmare sometimes flies to the human world to feed on certain noxious plants. Those unfortunate enough to
Noxious
see her
plants, huh?
are glad to escape with their very souls
I think
intact.
we know where some noxious
Somehow,
plants
the
are.
knight captured Nightmare and rode off on her back, supposedly to the realm of the dead. But neither the knight nor his lover ever returned. If there was a means for challenge, it was lost with the night.
I see. Can you tell me anything about the Lord of the Dead?
That is a blacker matter still. To the druids, he is Samhain, lord of coldness and despair. Samhain was once a man like you or I, but he insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the underworld. Immortal he is and mateless, robbed of sleep, robbed of movement, robbed of companionship. It is said that he hates all mortals even more for the mortality that he lost. That is all I know.
Interesting. I shall remember.
Now look how the oak embers of our bonfire still glow hot despite the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one.
May it indeed.
Was
Thank
that
you,
kind of a
Archduke.
jab at me or what? I mean, he called me a powerful nature wizard, but that seemed like slightly kind of a barb. Anyway, this kind of looks like Stonehenge, eh?
Alexander is standing in a circle of giant stones. He marvels at the complex yet simple design of the standing monoliths. The embers from the bonfire are still smoldering despite the rain.
Okay. Alrighty. We need some of those embers in our skull, because if we remember our school book, oh man, spell book, skull book, school book, spell book, yeah, whatever. We need hot embers. Now the skull is yellow, the little icon,
Alexander scoops up some
but
of the
then
red-hot embers in the ancient
when
human
we
skull.
scoop up the embers, it turns red. A neat little thing they did. Okay, so, before, let's see. Before we do anything else, let's go to, we need to go to the Isle of the Crown, I think. I don't know that it matters, if we do the next part. Oh, I did want to mention, so, another death that I experienced was, at that little Wicker Man ceremony, right? So, if you do decide to come here to get, because this part's like optional. I remember that if you don't search Beauty's clothes for the hair, that you die. And because you never like take the clothes out to beat the fire, you just like pass out and die of asphyxiation or something before you burn to death. Anyway, um, so that is one way I know of dying because
Alexander pulls out
it
his magic
has
map.
happened to me. Alrighty, so let's go to the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And then there's a couple of things here to do. 3 things specifically that we will do before we embark to the Isle of, not to the Isle of the Dead, to the Land of the Dead. Hello, Sing Sing.
The nightingale sings her crystalline song in the boughs of the old tree.
Okay, so no
The
different description.
nightingale looks at Alexander curiously, as though waiting for something.
I don't think it does anything if we try to
Hello,
talk
little
to it.
nightingale. Of what do you sing?
The nightingale only looks at Alexander curiously and continues to sing.
Okay. Okay, so now we have all of the stuff we need. I think we can do this in any order. Maybe not. I always do it all at once just so I don't forget. So I think the first thing is the ring. Look at my notes. Yeah, ring first.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Jallo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Cosima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Cosima to his presence on the Isles.
Hey, I see that snake up
The
there.
nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring.
I see that snake. I see you,
She
Genie.
flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Cosima.
Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here.
That's right.
Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
Oh, my beating heart. Okay, thank you. The ribbon, I think. Hello, Sing Sing.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cosima herself?
Well?
Or am I merely wishing it were so? Oh.
Oh, Alexander. You little love-struck puppy. Okay, we give her the poem next, I believe. This is the poem, right?
Alexander has a love poem from a
Okay,
book
yeah,
in
it's
the
been in our
bookshop.
bags for so long. And then I think it's the poem first, and the rose second or third. Yeah.
Alexander reads the love poem. What was it?
Oh
What the
no, I don't want to read it. I want to give it to the birdie.
There's no reason to. There's no.
Come here.
Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring.
It's kind
and
of
a
silly if you
chance
think
that the
about this.
receiver
Like,
might
here, little
surely be
nightingale, take this
Cosima.
piece of paper to Cosima without ripping it to shreds.
The nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through? and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you.
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
This next part is like soul crushing. The very first time that you get here, I would say most players would like, what is going on now? What do...
The little
maybe
bird
not.
makes a delivery.
But I guess it's kind of funny.
It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
Yeah. That's like, oh, dagger to the heart, you got instantly friend zone. At least that's what you think, right? It's like, oh, that was totally like, oh, hey, friend, tone of voice. And they kind of forgot the last of the text there because the letter was just signed G and not whatever he said. What greatly in your family's debt, Cosima? So yeah, and very like very straightforward. No, yeah, zero overtones of romantic interest. So it's like, oh crap. But remember what the prince no longer the beast said. If you find the one you love, something about protecting her or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna keep going on because hey, we're invested here. Okay, what are we doing? We're giving the rose to the birdie. Even though we just got
Alexander holds
our
out the
heart
rose,
crushed
hoping that
by
the
the
bird will
hammer
deliver it to
of
Cosima.
friend zoneness. It's like maybe if I keep trying, maybe I gotta try harder.
The nightingale takes the rose and heads for the castle once more.
A white rose, how beautiful. It must be from Alexander. How I wish that I could see him with my own eyes, but Abdul will never allow it. He only risks capture by sending me these things, dear to my heart though they are. Fly elsewhere, my pretty friend. Do not endanger Prince Alexander again by taking tokens from his hand. Forgive me, Alexander, and forget me. I cannot return your love, for fear that I shall never leave this castle again.
Oh man, that's sad. So I think something just came to my memory. I think that scene, along
Alexander waits
with
in vain for Cosima's nightingale to return, but the bird does not. Could there be something wrong? Or does Cosima simply not welcome his attentions further?
oh, I know it's so confusing, Alexander. I feel ya. So I think that those scenes with Cosima plus a couple other cutscenes where it's like I think the one at the beginning where you have the audience with the vizier. How is it pronounced? Like seriously, I think it's vizier, but I think I've heard it pronounced 4 different times in this game. Anyway, let's go to town. Pardon me. Ah, the lamp vendor is out here again, but we need to go first to, I believe, the pawn shop. Yes.
Old lamps!
Yeah, we need to go to the pawn shop.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Well, hello. There's that mysterious old man
A
again.
mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
Okay, let's talk to the pawn shop owner.
How fare you, good merchant?
I cannot complain. I hope your travels are treating you well, Prince Alex.
Can we talk to him this time? I don't think he ever responds.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before, sir?
No,
But I'm quite sure. Perhaps on some cliffs.
no,
Isle of the Beast?
no,
Dockside?
no! Leave me alone!
Not very friendly.
So obviously Alexander has now finally caught on that, oh, the genie is here and he's spying on me, so Alexander gets an idea. Well, we get an idea on behalf of Alexander. Where's that little bottle? There it is.
Alexander searches. Alexander suddenly gets a very sneaky idea.
I can't go on anymore. Without Cosima, I'd just rather not live.
Prince Alex, no.
It's true. The Wazir has beaten me. I give up. Poison is my last resort.
Stop.
I am no more.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a waste. The poor young fool.
He's dead, he's dead. Wait until Abdul hears. He'll be so pleased.
Well, someone's happy about it. It did a little jig there. Okay. Rude.
I told you not to pop in like that. You can learn to knock like everybody else. Sorry, Master. I couldn't help myself. I have great news. Well, what is it? Prince Alexander is dead. He killed himself in despair over losing Cosima.
That's a nice little
What?
touch.
Are you positive? That young man has proven to be most devious. I saw the whole thing myself, Master. He was really and truly quite dead. If what you say is true, it shall be most convenient. You've spent enough time on that little irritant. We must start thinking about the wedding. Anything, Master? Oh, I do love weddings. Well, we do want you to look your prettiest, don't we? Now, Shamir Shamazel, to the lamp with you. Prepare yourself, as we discussed.
What could it be? Alrighty. Back
Alexander's
to
heart lurches to
Alexander.
life in his chest.
Hello.
Prince Alex, but you were...
Sorry, friend. I was doing a little acting, I'm afraid.
Ah, of course, the strange cloaked man. You are quite clever, and a bit too exciting for an old man.
Alright, so now we will make our last pawn shop exchange.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex, please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander
Alrighty,
looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
let's get that
I
paintbrush.
think I'd like the painter's brush.
Very good, Prince Alex. The painter's brush it is. May your painting go well. Feel free to bring back the brush at any time.
Thank you.
Okay. So long. Good merchant. Alright, so now we come over here.
Alexander will have to deal with the lamp seller if he wants to obtain one of those new lamps.
Let's see. There we go.
Old lamp!
There's no reason.
Let's give him my
Excuse
old
me,
hunter's lamp.
But I have an old lamp that might interest you.
lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps.
All right, so if we were paying attention to the cutscene, we would see that this bottle right here,
Ah, a fine choice, my son.
oh, this
Here
lamp rather,
is your new lamp.
is
Good
the
day,
one that we
and
want
I
because
beg
that is the
your, sir. Good day.
replica of the genie's lamp. And I think if you pick any of the other ones, I think you have to fight the genie at the end because you like mess up the replica, getting the right replica.
Drat.
And Jala's like, "You're an
Another
idiot."
dud.
So anyway, yeah, okay, we got the right one. Just had to check. All right, let's save our game. Aha, we're gonna click the right one this time. Okay. Lamp replica. Okay, so now we did all the lovey-dovey stuff with Casima. We faked our death. We got the painter's brush. And we've got a replica of the genie's lamp. So now we've got embers from the fire with the skull. Okay, and now let's go ahead and prepare the ingredients for the next spell we've got to cast. I'm not sure it matters where you do this or... Oh, the embers have worn off. Interesting. Okay.
Alexander pulls out his...
I wonder if,
Alexander feels a...
I wonder if we're gonna need to reload. Oh, we still have coals. Okay, interesting. Alright.
Alexander exchanges the embers in his skull for more red-hot embers from the fire.
Okay, good to know that that's on a timer. Alright, let's do this quickly then.
Alexander puts the strand of hair into the skull.
Okay, first the hair. And then, where's that egg?
Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull containing the embers and the strand of hair. The spoiled egg hisses as it makes contact with the hot embers. Sounds the steam.
Huh.
Phew, the smell of sulfur.
Alright, yep, that sulfur is what we needed. Okay, now we've got the skull like we need, and let us skedaddle and get to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Okay, let's boot scoot it on
Alexander
over.
pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels...
Alright, let's go. Alright, and thankfully it doesn't make us manually climb all 5 levels of the cliff face. We still have to be careful though. Cannot be careless even on the first level. Alrighty, hello. I believe if you come here without the spell and you try...
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long
Huh.
but uneventful climb.
Yeah, not exhausted this time. Anyway, I think that like you die or something if let's save our game real quick. Yeah, let's save our game. I want to see what happens if we try to approach the horse. I think we die.
Alexander decides to take the straightforward approach and grab the black creature.
Yeah, I've never done this before. But I think we just get... Oh, no.
Nightmare is not amused.
Oh,
There's no reason to...
never mind. Okay. Never mind. Oh, I do want to showcase something. It kind of is important to die. Kind of. Because it kind of gives you a hint. in one part of the game. So let's go ahead and
Alexander decides to try some of the black
commit
berries on the
suicide
plant.
here. Just
Bitter taste fills his mouth. His stomach convulses in pain.
to illustrate this. Oh no, we're gonna die.
As the poison takes effect, Alexander is left wondering if this is the kind of flying the old lady meant.
Yeah, not so much, Alexander.
Tickets. Oh. Next.
So,
And then there's some land I have for sale in the death bogs of Tamir.
so this little scene shows you that there's a guard to the under. You can actually gather quite a bit from here. There's guards to the underworld. There's a guy here. This guy's got a key. There's this thing here. There's a door. You have to have a ticket. So anyway, if you die enough times before you get to this point in the game, which I'd say the average players probably die at least half a dozen times. So you probably have seen this scene quite enough that you start to pick up on clues. Anyway, let's go back here and let's see, where's that spell book? Okay, we don't want the magic paint spell. Don't want to make rain. We want charming a creature of the night. Just chowing down on that nightshade plant.
Over the skull.
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Ooh. Yeah, that's right.
Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone.
That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one.
A little closer.
Unable to resist the power of the enchanted smell, Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the humans so close to her flank, or of anything at all except that marvelous smell.
Yummo. Hop on.
All right.
Oh, gotcha. Nightmare's like, yeah, who's got who? Oh, here we go.
Nightmare deposits Alexander on a strange, cold world. And some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly.
Okay, so if we listen closely, we will notice, I believe this is the same music as the first scene, or the first part of Space Quest 4, I think, where you're wandering around in, what is it, Space Quest 12 timeline, and there are zombies wandering out or around. Well, I think this is the same music or a variation of the same music. And lo and behold, there's zombies wandering around again, and it's the same thing. You don't wanna let them touch you. But we do want to talk to these folks here. Oh, please, zombies, don't touch us.
Who are you, grieving spirits?
I am Queen Allaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this beloved spirit is my husband, King Caliphim. We were murdered in our beds by our trusted Vizier. Like a viper, he snuck in during the night and stabbed us in our sleep. Now my husband's soul is broken, and he will not speak.
Then you are the ones I seek. Are you not the parents of Princess Cassima?
Our daughter! Have you news of the princess?
I know that she is alive and safely back in her kingdom after being rescued from Mordak. But I'm afraid I have not personally seen her. Alhazred is keeping her in her room in mourning for you.
I am glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil. Oh, that we could be there to protect her.
Cassima, how I fail thee.
My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged, and our daughter is in danger.
I can't remember who
came to
voices
take you
Queen
back with
Allaria.
Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the Vizier. Cassima needs you too.
But this is the realm of the dead. We cannot leave it. Nor, for that matter, can you. The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the Dead. But he would never help us. He has no mercy.
I might be able to convince him. I must try.
Then take this. It is my ticket to the underworld. There you will find the Lord of the Dead. I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm chained here. And if we cannot be avenged, I will never be unchained.
Thank you. Perhaps it will save us all.
Perhaps, yes.
Be careful, young man.
I really hope that that
If we can
zombie
ease
right
my
next to us
husband's
is not going to
torment
eat us.
and help our daughter, we will be most grateful.
I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Allaria.
Uh-oh. One of the wandering
Oh, dang it, I knew
brushes
it.
up against Alexander. The touch of the putrid flesh dissolves the living matter like acid.
Oh. Oh, well, that's lovely.
Tickets up. Next.
Okay.
Alexander's mother.
Let's be quick about this. Okay, let's go back here. We're just gonna speed through this. I knew that was gonna happen. Ah. Alright, come on, let's go.
Alexander.
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and
Oh, well, let me
brimstone
skip past
leave thee
this.
numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Alright, come here, nightmare. That's right.
Nightmare.
That's it.
Come on, girl.
Unable.
Now
Nightmare deposits. And some of the.
Okay, let's go ahead and save. Underworld.
Alexander hesitates to break the morn. The ghoulish animated bodies of the undead.
Oh man. So we gotta dodge the ghouls.
who are you?
Okay, there we
greater
go.
spirits?
They're in a
I
position
am
where
Queen
we are.
Allaria of the land of the Green Isle. We were murdered in our beds by our trusted Vizier. Now my husband's son,
Then you are the one.
our daughter.
I know that she is a.
I am glad.
Okay, let's get past
I came to take you-
this.
But this is the realm, the only one who...
I might be able to.
Then take this. I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm...
Thank you.
Be careful, young man.
I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Al.
Okay, let's skedaddle. Yeah, those ghouls. Okay, and I think we kind of need to.
Why do you not rest, sad spirit?
Rest? I cannot rest. My son is lost.
Lost? You mean in this realm?
No. His spirit is stuck in the land of the living, probably looking for me. But I cannot leave to go show him the way. My poor Ali.
Is there anything I can do?
Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell him that his mother is waiting for him here. By this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead.
I'll do my best to find him.
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we kind of have to move quickly-ish through here. I think that if we dilly-dally in this screen, a zombie ghoul thing comes up behind us and disintegrates our flesh from that way as well. Oh, yep, there it comes. There's it, right on cue. Goodbye, sir. Okay, so look
The
at
skeleton
this.
to the left of the path hands something to the spirits that approach the underworld entrance.
Alright, let's save game again.
Ticket please.
Oh, that's how it works.
A strange skeleton with a long, horse-like head and ceremonial armor stands at the base of the path to the underworld. He watches over new arrivals with a discerning eye, handing tickets to the spirits desiring admittance. A large bone keyring hangs from his waist. A uniformed skeleton stands guard at the entrance to the underworld. He takes something from the passing spirits and then waves them on into the underworld. Living skeletons are gathered around the entrance to the underworld.
Okay.
Alexander is standing at the entrance to the underworld. The entrance is a huge tendon-covered skull. The skull's mouth is the doorway to whatever lies below. Two solemn skeletons admit the spirits who seem to be drawn trance-like to enter the skull.
Alright, this is a friendly little welcoming committee. I don't think the skeletons say anything to us.
Might I get one of those tickets?
The skeleton with the tickets must not approve of Alexander's less than ghostly looks. He refuses to give him a pass.
Okay. Yeah, and if you don't talk to the dead parents, you have to go all the way back to the beginning, avoiding the ghouls. In fact, you might get stuck. I can't remember. Anyway, let's look at these things over here.
A group of large bones form an interesting arrangement to the right
An
of the
interesting
path.
arrangement.
Two smaller bones are propped up on the ground near the larger group.
Alright, well, that looks like a xylophone to me, obviously.
Alexander picks up the two bones on the ground. Now, what do these bones remind him of?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
Yeah, I played.
The skeletons are overcome with the musical call of the bones. They begin to jiggle, then to dance.
It's the Funny Bones dance. How's it go? The foot bone's connected to the ankle bone. The ankle bone's connected to the shin bone. There we go. Everybody dance now. Yeah, go Alexander. You sure know how to play those leg bones. It's like, yeah, I remember how to play the skeleton bones. Yeah, we got the can-can dancers coming in. Everyone's having a good old time. And that guy at the front, he got so excited that he flipped that key off the key ring without even noticing.
Alexander finishes his tune, and the skeletons resume their posts. Despite their frolic, they don't seem any friendlier.
That's alright. We've got ourselves a ticket. Oh wait, we need this one.
Alexander picks up the skeleton key.
Alrighty, let us gain admittance into the underworld.
I have a ticket.
Oh, on. Next.
Alright.
A strange path grown up from the depths of the river and out from the surrounding walls spirals down into the underworld.
Okay, I think that... Okay, now let's go ahead. This is, let's just go ahead and finish the underworld and then we'll call it the episode.
An ebony mass of liquid flows below the path. It must be the river Styx.
Must be. Let's look at this guy over here. Oh, hello.
Apparently, Alexander's not the only one who's curious about the body on the path. A knight's remains lie abandoned on the path. The knight, like Alexander, must have been alive when he entered the underworld, but for some reason he never reached his destination. Alexander wonders if this is the knight the druid spoke of. The knight is wearing one black gauntlet. There appears to be some writing on the gauntlet, but Alexander can't quite make out what it says.
Well, better yank it off to find out what it is.
Alexander takes the knight's black gauntlet and examines the writing on it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death is trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath. Zounds, that sounds serious.
I like their use of sounds in this. Alrighty. So, anyway, now we have found the knight that journeyed here so long ago to rescue his lover. Obviously, he didn't make it out, so it gives us a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of worry. It makes me wonder if that knight is or has a connection or is the same guy that was the one from was the person who like wrote the manual, right? That was from Daventry, who wrote the all that he learned about the Green Isles and somehow sent it back to Daventry, which is how Alexander ended up with all of this knowledge of the Green Isles, allowing him to do things like defeat the Minotaur and solve the labyrinth and the cliffs of logic and stuff like that. Anyway, I think, is this where? Yeah, this is where we need water from the river.
Alexander scoops a little of the river Styx into the teacup with the swamp ooze, being careful not to get any of the black water on his skin.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think if you get the water on your skin, you like die somehow. There's so many ways to die in these games. All right, hello, sir.
Charon stands in his boat.
That's right, Charon the ferryman.
Alexander can't quite make out what's under Charon's cowl, and he's not sure he would want to.
It's a skull.
I must see the Lord of the Dead. Please, let me ride across the river Styx on the ferry.
Charon apparently has rules as strict as those of the skeletons at the underworld's entrance. Alexander is not getting on that boat until he gives Charon the appropriate fare.
Okay, well, it's a good thing that I robbed a skeleton of his fare.
Will these coins do as fare for passage?
Charon accepts the fare and waves Alexander onto the boat.
A lovely little boat ride across the river Styx. Don't get splashed. That only applies to me. Alright, we're here. We are here at the doors of the Lord of the Dead. Let's just open the door.
Alexander reaches out to open the gate. Suddenly, the wood trembles beneath his fingertips.
What? It's alive.
What touch has awakened my sleep? I smell the blood of a mortal. Reach out thine hand again, fleshy human, that I might devour it. It has been centuries since I last ate.
I just talked to it, right?
Despite his fear, Alexander
I don't.
summons his
Yeah, I
bravest
talked to it.
boys
I don't
to
touch it.
command
If you
the
try
living
and
gate.
touch it, you
I
die.
would pass, Gate. I have business with your master.
My master and thine, human. I would be pleased to introduce thee. Only step forward and thou shalt meet him shortly.
No, thank you. I come to meet the Lord of the Dead with my flesh still intact.
And why should I let you pass, human, when I would much rather eat you?
I have been told
Your
that
honesty
there is
is
a way
nice.
for humans to enter Death's realm. There must be something I can do. Some task that will allow me to pass through your doors, Gate.
I seem to recall something. A trick. Perhaps a test. Yes. Should a human try to pass, a riddle is Gates' wont to ask.
A riddle it is, then.
And if thou wouldst fail to answer Gate, his thirsty jaws will be thy fate.
Agreed.
Listen as though it meant thy life then, human, for it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
Now, I'll admit, the very first time ran into this, and this is a pretty complicated riddle. So I looked at it, I'm like, what? But because notes are awesome, it it was one of those moments that strikes you like a bolt of lightning. Like, oh, the corner of the piece of paper that was in the spider's web. And that was the page that I believe was torn out of the riddle book that we gave to Ali. So, of course, the answer is L O V
The answer
E.
is love.
Ah, thou traitor of the mortal plane, how didst thou guess love? That riddle should never have been solved. Love is unknown in this realm.
Love cannot be banished, even from this place. There are spirits still pining of it on the surface above. Still less can it be banished from my heart.
Enough! Burden me not with thy poetry. Pass through, and quickly, before I change my mind.
Alright, will do. Well, hello. I think we just talked to one of these guys now, right?
The spirits of the newly dead end their journey here. They have an audience with the Lord of the Dead, and are then immersed in the Sea of Souls. What purpose the audience serves, Alexander does not know. The servants of the Lord of the Dead stand silently at the head of the path to his throne. In the center of the great cavern, the Lord of the Dead reigns over the hosts of the dead. He waves spirits into the Sea of Souls in an endless stream. What things the spirits tell him are best unheard by mortal ears.
Okay, this is a cheery little place, just like the rest of this joint. Alright, let's talk to the guard.
Excuse me, I'd like an audience, please.
The shrouded guards escort Alexander to the throne of the Lord of the Dead.
Okay, here we go.
Why have you entered my domain, still wearing your flesh? If you are so anxious for death, you might have found it easily enough in the land of the living. But since you are here, you are most welcome to stay. Kiss my hand, and you will be one with the spirits. There will be no pain.
Well, that's quite the offer. Thank you, sir. And yeah, and you can do so. You can kiss the hand and end it right there. But we're not going to. We're gonna throw down the
I did not
gauntlet.
come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge. I respectfully challenge thee. Death by throwing down this gauntlet. Man may pass the portal and seek its master, death. Man may pass where death has trod, and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
He has the gauntlet!
Impossible! He challenges death. Who are you to challenge death?
A man of flesh is all I need to be, my lord.
And what is it that you seek with this challenge? The soul of some dead maiden?
I seek the souls of King Caliphim and Queen Allaria of the land of the Green Isles.
You would save 2 human souls and emerge alive from this realm yourself? That shall be a difficult challenge indeed. The tomb does not open its doors lightly.
Either all 3 of us leave, or none go.
Very well. Then let me think of an appropriate task. Ah, yes. I have it now. Your challenge is this. For thousands of years I have sat upon this throne. I have heard every sad tale that can be told by human lips. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be for centuries. This thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make me cry, thou man of flesh. That is my challenge.
Make death cry?
Sooner could he turn sea to stone, or fire to ice.
Alrighty, I must say this script in game and story is written so incredibly well. Yeah, it's just such a well written game. Not I don't know if I would call it a masterpiece. I don't think I'm good enough of a I guess of a judge of of games to be able to call something a masterpiece, but just excellently written. The dialogue, the script, and of course, the voice actors who bring it all together. But anyway, um, so the Beast gave us a clue, who's now a prince, that who has nothing to fear or does not have to fear doesn't need to fear the truth, right? So anyway, so the only thing that we can do really is just show him the mirror, show him himself.
If your existence has been all that you say it has, then truth alone shall be my sword.
The mirror's surface swirls with darkness for a moment, then fills with images even blacker. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirsts that can never be quenched. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp, and is glad that he cannot see its face. But the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the screening of his life. Things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man, the years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it, the seep of his own humanity, the slow growth of a new thing altogether which became that which he is now. His is an existence that has no possibility of redemption, no end. The surrounding spirits draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp it stabs, so intense it sears.
Take it away. Make it stop.
How long did he have to hold that mirror there? I mean, the cutscene's short, but I mean, Death's been here for a long time. Oh, there's that tear.
The mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear.
Truth is indeed a terrible thing. I have worn this mantle for so long, I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave as I agreed. You have been granted to stay from this inevitable reality. I almost envy you. Find the souls he has claimed and bring them to me.
Hello.
King Caliphim and Queen Allaria, I presume. Your hero has won you a few more years of
Only a few?
mortality.
Oh.
May your souls be more prepared for their rest when you return.
Thank you, my lord. I hope that they will.
And you, man of flesh, my steed shall take the three of you back to the land of the living. Tell her where it is you wish to go. Until we meet again, then, I assure you, we will meet again.
Oh, that'll
No
be a
offense,
nice
my lord,
reunion.
but I hope that will be many long years from now.
It is never as long as you might wish, mortal. Now, begone.
Yes,
Alright.
my lord.
See you later, pal. Alrighty, here we go. Back to the land of the living. What an adventure that was.
Are you coming, Majesty?
Al-Hazred's treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander. Allaria and I must go gather our allies and form a plan. Watch over Casima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can to take back all that has been stolen from us.
I will keep her safe until your return.
Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you to have undertaken death itself for our sakes.
Indeed. May we succeed in what awaits us, and live long together as a family.
They're already calling me son. And still don't really know these people at all. Alrighty. So here's a good save point and a good place to call the episode. So let's click the right button. Let's see. Do I have an old save file we can use? We'll just do a new one. Return to. Oh wait, saved. Let's just say save the parents. Okay, so until our next episode, which should be our conclusion to King's Quest VI, and our final episode. So long for now.